gentlemen, please welcome James O'Keefe.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. PV team over there. It's great to be with you all. It's CPAC here. Thank you very much for having me. And I have a treat for you today because I'm going to tell you some incredible stories. Thank you, Matt Schlapp, for having us. It was a year ago here at CPAC that we met one of our most treasured insiders. But I'm going to start by talking about George Orwell's 1984. 1984 was the year that I was actually born, ironically enough. And in this book by George Orwell, Orwell writes, "If you're a man, Winston, you are the last man. Your kind is extinct. There's no one else like you. Just quit, just give up." Our insiders are kind of like those people, the last brave people that show us what it's like to be an individual in this benighted world of ours. 2 years ago, I met this person inside Facebook. She said she strapped a camera to her body and she went inside Facebook before I even met her, and she recorded some of the things the company was doing. She felt the public had a right to know what Facebook was doing, acting biased, and she took screenshots of them deboosting videos, them behaving in a political manner, and she even got the code, the algorithms. She showed that they were doing things to affect elections in the age of Donald Trump. We even got a PowerPoint presentation that she gave to us. This person went on the record, sat down, and told the world why she chose to do this extraordinarily brave thing.
I saw things going on that I personally found to be troubling. I knew that something had to be done about it, and so I felt that the best thing to do was to inform the public.
And inform the public she did. 1 year ago, I played that tape here on this stage to all of you, and I said, listen, if you're on the inside, we'll give you a camera so you can expose what she exposed. Now, she lost her job for this stunt. I've done some stunts in my day. This was the least stunt-like thing that we've ever done at Project Veritas. And Facebook issued a very milquetoast statement. The processes we have in place to ensure Facebook remains a platform to give people a voice regardless of their political ideology. Give me a break. They never say these things publicly, which is why we go undercover. She loses her job. She finds us at Project Veritas, and she is the inspiration for a man to come up to me here. 1 year ago, his name was Kerry Porch. He worked for CNN. He worked for CNN. I see some media people here. I'm not sure if CNN is here. Maybe one of you will be the insiders after this thing is done. And Kerry comes up to me and he says, "James, I work for CNN, a three-letter agency." We actually have the video clip of that encounter. What's that? Which one? Oh boy. Oh boy. Hashtag oh boy. And he says, "I think I want one of those cameras to record what I see and hear." There's Kerry 1 year ago. Kerry is inside CNN for months and months. He's going into the office here in DC with a camera strapped to his body, and he's recording everything he hears, his colleagues, even Jeff Zucker, the president. He records Jeff Zucker. He's standing next to Wolf Blitzer. He's not a sheep amongst wolves. He's willing to do the sort of intrepid undercover work into the media itself. And he explains to Sean Hannity why he chose to do it and what motivated him.
You approach James O'Keefe.
Yeah, I approached him, actually the Facebook Insider. I believe that's where they debuted that Insider. And it just spoke to me, and I decided to go forward and come find him.
And he did find us. The story starts trending on Twitter. Exposed CNN had 152,000 tweets before the story even broke. But when you went into Twitter and you typed the word expose into the search box, it auto-corrected to say, "Expose James O'Keefe." We actually looked into how many human beings were tweeting "Expose James O'Keefe." 93 people were tweeting that. So Twitter is obviously in on it. The social media companies are allying themselves with the big network news organizations. By the way, we have 2 insiders coming out within the tech companies in the next week or 2. Stay tuned for that. Our Twitter account gets suspended, and then we have to unsuspend it. Kerry sits down and tells us the story of the president of CNN, Jeff Zucker, telling all of his journalists only focus on impeachment at the expense of all other news.
Impeachment is the story. I know we're going to have to feel a tendency to think we're doing too much, but it's the story.
Impeachment is the story. And it wasn't just villains. It was the rank and file of CNN, good people, people who bemoan what CNN has become. This is the director, the field ops manager, Patrick Davis, saying we could be so much better than we are at CNN. It's all infotainment.
We could be so much better than we are. Now it's just infotainment. That's all it's become.
And this is what people are willing to say when they don't know the person next to them has a recording device. But what's remarkable about all of these insiders that wear the cameras, that record CNNs, and you're about to see ABC News, is that for them this was a choiceless choice. They felt so compelled by their sense of integrity and ethics. It's not that Kerry Porch betrayed CNN. CNN betrayed Kerry Porch. They betrayed being the most trusted name in news. It's not that these people are disloyal. These people are very loyal to principles. They have the highest loyal and the highest ethics and integrity. In fact, most of them use the exact same choices of words. I didn't see any other option but to do this.
I decided to wear the camera because I didn't see any other option, because I noticed that I was in a very unique position in space and time to just do something to protect the Republic.
The man inside Pinterest, another company engaging in censorship, Eric Cochran, you couldn't type in a Bible verse in the search bar without them censoring the Bible verse. He pretty much said almost identically the same thing.
To me, there's no other option.
And these people were fired. This was another man inside Google, Zach Voorhees, who took it a step further and said a burden was lifted off of him by wearing this camera and recording Google engineers engaging in the Orwellian-sounding algorithmic unfairness, censoring out facts from Google's search engine if the facts were what they deemed to be unfair.
I had every incentive in the world to stay at the company and just click the paycheck. But I could never live with myself knowing that if Google was able to implement the plans that they were planning, I feel that when I'm coming and explaining what Google was doing, this is an act of atonement, okay, to make my conscience clear.
This is the people that are our heroes. And it all led to someone coming to Project Veritas inside of ABC News. This person, I will not give you their identity, but they like to go by the name Ignatus, and they felt the public had a right to know what was going on inside ABC News regarding Jeffrey Epstein. They did not feel comfortable going to the New York Times, the Washington Post, CNN, because this person told me, they said, I can't trust those outlets to tell the truth. There's no place for me to go.
Notice the leaker went to Veritas, not to another network.
Well, exactly
because they said when they watched the CBS thing, they knew it's the same story over there.
Yeah,
and you look at that girl, the producer,
they trusted James O'Keefe more than they trusted their own employers at ABC. That tells you a lot.
And what did they trust us with? Perhaps one of the greatest bombshells of all, ABC News quashing the Jeffrey Epstein cover-up story to protect the Clintons and to protect the British royal family. This was recorded by an insider who gave it to Project Veritas.
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. And she had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything.
And as a result of this Incredible piece of tape. ABC puts a statement out. At the time, not all of our reporting met our standards to air, but we never stopped investigating Jeffrey Epstein. Clearly written by attorneys trying to cover up something that was happening. And instead of focusing on why this happened, they tried to find the person who leaked the tape.
So this comes out and ABC scrambles, really scrambles, not to find out who or why this tape was suppressed, why network executives protected Jeffrey Epstein of all people. No. They scrambled to find and punish the person who leaked the tape. They're much more committed to butt covering than they are to truth exposing.
As a result of this, the two networks colluded together. They fired a person that was actually not even our source, a different person. They tried to scramble who the identity of the person was because it was Ignitus. They thought that might be a Harry Potter fan. It went all to the highest levels of Disney, searching cubicles, rifling through emails. I mean, this is a children's company. Disney owns ABC News. This is a children's company. They're supposed to not be guarding these people. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. There may be some clues about what happened. I mean, I can't even go to the grocery store and buy butter without being reminded of these memes. I can't even play with my cats. And, you know, I mean, these are we have to be skeptical. And in all seriousness, the Associated Press reported it is not clear if the woman leaked the tape to Project Veritas, someone else. Project Veritas has not identified its source. And would you believe that as a result of that, another insider came to us within ABC News. Right now, we have multiple people working for ABC News, also working for Project Veritas. Which leads to, as Paul Harvey would say, the rest of the story. So this is the second installment this week. This person, both of our undercover journalists and our insiders, helped us get this. David Wright, veteran news correspondent, Oxford-educated, longtime correspondent, saying, we don't care about the truth. We don't speak truth to power. The commercial imperative is incompatible with journalism.
Truth suffers. The voters are poorly informed. Our bosses don't see an upside in doing the job that we're supposed to do, which is to speak truth to power and hold people to it.
They're not speaking truth to power. I love this guy. He says, maybe we should just leave Manhattan and actually talk to people if we're going to be journalists and do our responsibility as newsmen.
People in New York are constantly, I think, fascinated by how can people like Donald Trump, how can people understand, cross the Hudson now and then and come out and spend some time and you'll hear one.
Maybe they should just cross the Hudson River. None of these people have the moral courage to say it on the record, but they'll say it privately to people that they think work for them. David Wright calls himself a socialist, but also says that the network ABC News does not give Trump enough credit for some of the things that he does.
We don't hold him to account. We also don't give him credit for what things he does do.
David Wright says he's more than a democratic socialist. He calls himself an out-and-out socialist, which is not a surprise.
Do you consider yourself a Democrat socialist?
More than that, I consider myself a socialist.
And these tapes come out, they suspend David Wright from ABC News, which leads to even more insiders coming to Project Veritas. These are the people, the brave men and women who work for government institutions, media organizations, educational organizations, teachers, cops, firefighters, the hard worker at the lonely, underpaid, unglamorous, unpublicized jobs. They're the heroes. And they're the superheroes as far as I'm concerned. And I'm proud to say that today, here, right now, Carrie Porch, the CNN whistleblower who led to all these things happening, is here today. Carrie, would you please come out here?
CPAC, how are we doing? Can't hear you. How we doing? All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Real quickly, you're welcome. Real quickly, 1 year ago today, or actually not today, 1 year ago at this event, in this exact room, I was here for a totally different reason. I was working. This is where my whole journey in life changed because I met this man after the speeches. What you've learned from my tape, the Google tape, the Pinterest tape, and now the ABC tapes, and of course more to coming from other unnamed agencies, is that James and his team at Veritas will take care of you if you want to come forward. They will tell your story. They will tell the story that needs to be told to inform the public, the stories that will push the public into the righteous indignation, into action to protect our republic. So, it's just a call to action. We need you. America needs you. Come forward and find us. Be brave. Do something.
Who of you are going to be the next Kerry Porch? Be brave. Do something. Send us an encrypted email. Be brave. Do something. Protect the Republic. Expose information the public has a right to know. Thank you very much.